Hello and welcome to What's Up Weekly. I'm Connor Sunday.
And I'm Haley Nelson.
Thanks for joining us for our Thanksgiving Day special. We have a lot in today's episode, including an in-studio guest and details on the word of the year.
And we have a very special turkey at the end of the show. And I'd like to apologize for my voice. IUDM got the best of me.
But we did raise $2.6 million for Riley Hospital for Children.
Which is incredible.
It's wonderful. So we have some holiday updates for you, lower prices and more traffic. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, the average Thanksgiving meal for a family of 10 costs about $49.04, which is lower than last year's average of 44 cents.
But that's not the only thing that's cheaper. According to INRIX, a traffic congestion tracking firm, cheaper gas means there'll be 3% more traffic this year.
Yeah, that's right. And traffic may also increase because Thanksgiving falls during Hanukkah this year, which is something that hasn't happened since 1888.
Wow.
But don't fear, all 50 states will be increasing enforcement over Thanksgiving to keep the roads safe.
So Connor, what are you doing this year for Thanksgiving?
I'm actually going back to New Jersey to see some of my family.
That'll be nice.
Yes, it will. And now we're going to flip over from Thanksgiving to sports. We have a special in-studio guest with us today.
We have Alex McCarthy of 24/7 Sports and InsideIndiana.com, and we're going to talk IU basketball.
Yeah, absolutely, always.
So, can you give us some of the pros and cons of the past 4 games we've had so far?
Yeah, definitely. We've seen, this is obviously a very young team, a very different team from last year's team, but the athleticism on this squad is incredible. I mean, we've seen it, over the first 4 or 5 games with a lot of the young guys just jumping out of their shoes, we've seen highlight reel plays all over the court. But with that youth also comes a lot of mistakes. I mean, they've shown some inconsistencies, especially shooting the ball, and sometimes in just maintaining discipline. So that's been kind of a challenge for the team, but they've done really well so far. They won their 5th game last night in New York City in kind of a dominating win. So it seems like they're starting to put things together.
That's wonderful. So how's Tom Crean kind of treating this year differently than he did last year?
Yeah, well, with such a young team, he has to kind of take a few steps back, because last year he had those guys like Christian Wofford, Jordan Hulls, even Cody Zeller, who'd been in the system for a while and really understood what he wanted them to do. This year, their starting 5 is almost completely different, and they kind of have to slow down a little bit, take a couple steps back, and really focus on the fundamentals. He was saying the other day that they're going to sacrifice maybe a little bit of preparing for opponents in favor of kind of preparing themselves and focusing on what they need to do, which is kind of the opposite of what they were doing last year, where they're so focused on game prep. So it seems to be working well enough for them so far.
So what game should we be looking forward to?
Yeah, tonight they play UConn in Madison Square Garden in New York, which is the first ranked opponent that they faced all year. And then next Tuesday, as students are away, unfortunately, IU comes back to Assembly Hall and faces what's actually a pretty good Evansville team. And then the Tuesday after that, when students are back, Indiana is actually going to be traveling to Syracuse to play the team that knocked them out of the NCAA tournament last year, and actually a team that's kind of a top 10 team this year. So that's going to be really, really fun, just because of not only because of the history, but because of Syracuse is also a really good team this year. And then mid-December they're going to go up to Indianapolis and play Notre Dame, which is always fun to kind of get that in-state rivalry, and people just love that event up in Indianapolis.
Great. Well, switching over from basketball to football, tomorrow we play Ohio State. How do you think? Do you think an upset could be
win?
On the win?
It's going to be a long shot, to say the least. Ohio State's one of the best teams in the country, almost unquestionably the best team in the Big Ten. They have the best offense by a long shot in the Big Ten. IU has the worst defense by a long shot in the Big Ten. So it's not exactly a favorable matchup there, obviously. But IU's played Ohio State surprisingly close the past couple of years, so I wouldn't be surprised if they kept it close. I would be surprised if they won, but we'll see what happens, and you never know. That's why you play the games, as they say.
Exactly.
Well, we'll hope it's close.
At least close.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in, and we hope you come back sometime.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. Always fun to be on IUSTV.
Well, with Thanksgiving break quickly approaching, most IU students are heading home for the holidays.
Yes. However, for most international students, heading home isn't an option. What's Up Weekly's Meredith Seaman has the scoop on how some international students are celebrating Thanksgiving right here in the United States, many for the first time.
As the Indiana University academic calendar quickly approaches Thanksgiving break, many IU students prepare to head home for the holiday. But what if heading home is out of the question? With all residential housing shutting down at 10 a.m. on November 23rd, students are expected to leave campus or to apply for break housing, which, for $100, allows you to remain on campus, though no center desk, food, or mail services will be offered. For most international students, the opportunity arises to explore the United States outside of Bloomington, Indiana, and delve into the Thanksgiving culture.
I'm going to Chicago with my friends, Chinese friends. Yeah.
Athena, like most international students, is most intrigued to figure out what Thanksgiving is all about.
Thanksgiving to Americans, I think, is a pretty serious holiday, isn't it? And to me, I'm a foreigner, and in my country, we don't really celebrate that.
And she certainly isn't alone.
Back home, we are not used to celebrating Thanksgiving, so pretty much excited for Thanksgiving.
And easily the most excited about Black Friday shopping.
Definitely, eagerly waiting for that.
While Indiana University enforces its point of, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, many international students have eagerly welcomed the American adventure.
I just want to try the turkey. That's all I want.
I'm Meredith Seaman.
Thanks, Meredith.
Grab your smartphones and put on your best duck face, because the word selfie is now officially in the dictionary. Oxford English Dictionary announced Tuesday that selfie is the 2013 word of the year. Yes, the internet sensation we love to hate beats some stiff competition, with twerk finishing a close second. And while the term is just gaining an official Oxford Dictionary's definition today,
We actually first saw the word surface in 2012.
that's right, when an Australian man posted a picture of himself at a party on a blog and called it a selfie. Of course, Haley and I had to honor this historic occasion with selfies of our own.
Obviously, we look really good.
At least you didn't find a picture of me twerking.
I've seen way too many of them.
We'll leave that twerking to Miley.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Well, we have our What's Up Weekly art feature for you this week.
Yes, pottery is making its comeback at the IU Mathers Museum, and they're combining culture and pottery all in one place. What's Up Weekly's Marlon Mora has the story.
The art of pottery has been around since before the birth of the natural world. Although since onset of industrialization, pottery has all but lost its flair to mechanics. The IU Matters Museum has brought back this tradition by promoting the techniques and creativity of pottery in hopes to start conversations about this lost art.
The pottery that we're exhibiting today is actually all thrown on the wheel. And then we're specifically featuring the wood firing process. So that involves putting the pieces of pottery into a really large kiln. It's fired for anywhere from 3 to 5 days. It gets up to a temperature of about 2,000 degrees or a little higher. What makes it really exciting is that there is actually ash from the wood that lands on the pots and melts, and that's what makes the wood ash glaze.
Throughout the years, pottery has been versatile enough to combine both art and utility. Clay pottery is not just an art, it's a culture that over the course of time has brought communities together.
The traditions that they have and the knowledge they have available to them, and trying to create something beautiful that they can be proud of, and there's so very many ways to do that.
If you're interested in pottery, you can find more information at IU Fine Arts.
Thanks, Marlon. And now for our favorite part of the episode, our Instagram photo of the week.
And we have a special guest today to present our photo.
Hey guys!
Hi, Hannah.
This is Hannah, our technical director, who just so happens to have a turkey costume.
Yeah, I thought I'd wear it today to, celebrate the holidays and be in the spirit.
Absolutely. So Connor dresses up in lederhosen, now the turkey.
Yeah, I think mine wins though.
A little. We'll see who's next.
Yeah. So our photo this week comes from a Visit B-Town account. They posted this awesome black and white shot of the Monroe County Courthouse in the reflection of another building, which we love. It's very artsy.
Yes, just like you are today.
Hey, what can I say?
You're natural. You're natural.
And beyond Instagram, make sure to connect with us on Twitter and like our Facebook for even more IUSTV news and content.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of What's Up Weekly. We'll be back in just 2 weeks with even more current event, campus, and pop culture news.
Until next time, we'll leave you with this song we just can't get out of our heads this week.
This week's song comes to us from the British band Passenger, who released their third studio album last year. This is their hit single, Let Her Go.
From all of us at IUSTV News.
Thanks for watching.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow.